Welcome back, guys. In this video, we will talk about how often people see brand awareness objective ads. Now, when you run your campaigns on Facebook, the first thing that you see in their conversion funnel ACC, awareness, consideration, conversion. The first thing is brand awareness, and in that again, the first objective is brand awareness. Now, when you run brand awareness campaigns, you have to understand certain things. Brand awareness is a campaign that is used to serve ads to people with the objective that people might remember your ads. See, it's one of the biggest problem. Maybe you're working with a programmatic side, you're working with an ad exchange, or you're working as an SSP, or you're buying inventory from any big SSP or ad exchange. Remember, you always have this question in your head. I'm buying so much of inventory, but how do I measure the success of these branding campaigns? Right? See, raising brand awareness is integral to building and maintaining a strong brand, as well as keeping the sales number high. But in today's fragmented digital world, it can be difficult to understand and measure a brand's impact. True, correct, right? The reason being it's impossible, right? See, even if you go to analytics, when you go to the assistant conversion report, you'll have the first interaction analysis and the assisted interaction analysis, but there is no report where it can track and give you attribution to a branding campaign which does not get traffic to your website. If only people interact with your ad and come to your website, they'll be part of your conversion path. But here I want to understand the impact of my brand awareness campaigns, whose objective is to take my ad to people and keep them reminded that people will remember me when they see next time, right? So that's what it says. We're living in a very fragmented world, and it is very difficult to understand the impact of brand awareness campaigns and the measure. How do you measure them? Right? So that is why a lot of people, when they run campaigns, they have no idea as to what this objective is going to help them with, right? We understand, yeah, we can't take a product and take the best offer or the most important thing and tell people to buy my bootcamp. Take an example. We're running bootcamp, but we don't take our ad directly and put before people and say you join my bootcamp, right? Because they don't know us, they haven't consumed anything from us. First, we want to give them value, we want to give them content, we want to give them something that they'll really consume and add value to their work, add value to their skills, right? Only then people will think about the bootcamp and say, oh, this is so high end, we've learned something from it. And then if I reach these people and tell them to take my program, they might be interested. But in the first case, I can't directly go and tell them to take my bootcamp or join my bootcamp because they don't know me, right? So in this entire strategy, I can't directly take my most important stuff and write and hit them on the head and say take it. No, I have to first make sure that people know me. And how do I make sure that people know me? And I run brand awareness campaign. So when you run brand awareness campaign, Facebook does not give you a frequency option. I hope you're aware. So quickly, let me take you to the Google Ads account or Facebook Ads account. And when you come to the Facebook account, when you come to brand awareness campaign, you see here what happens is it does not give you the frequency. I selected the campaign objective is brand awareness. But Prashant, how do I know how many times my ads are served? When my ads are served, I get to see the reports, which is called frequency, to understand to one person how many times my ads were served, right? But I want to understand on what basis Facebook decides, yes, my ad should be served to one person more than these many times, right? So I often get asked this question, so I wanted to speak exactly on this. So question is, how often people will see brand awareness objective ads? When using this brand awareness objective, remember, your ads will reach your audience up to 2 times in 5 days. Every 5 days, they get to see your ad only 2 times. That means you can say maybe in a 4-week campaign, which is month-long campaign, your ads will not appear more than 10 times. That means when you run a brand awareness campaign for 1 month, one person will never see your ad more than 10 times. This is how Facebook, runs by default. And you don't have the option to alter it. Just like I showed you. You go to a brand awareness campaign, you check all the settings. You don't have the option to set up frequency. You can't set up frequency there because by default, this is how it works. But remember, frequency is also very crucial in your brand success. Of course, you want to show your ad in a way that people will remember you. But remember, the frequency is also a key player. You can't just show them once and expect them to remember you, right? So you have to show your ad to people certain number of times. See, in Google Ads, remember, unless your ads are served to one set of audience for more than 6 times, people will not even start noticing you. forget about remembering you. They don't even notice you unless your ads are served to them for 6 times. So you have to remember the frequency is very important. You can't just say, my frequency cap will be 1 and I want to show ads to 1% a day once. No, that's not going to happen. You're bombarded. You are assaulted with ads every day. Every moment you log into internet, right? You access websites, you go here, you're bombarded with ads. Now that's not going to work. But remember, in Facebook's brand awareness objective, in 1 month, your ads will not be served to that audience more than 10 times. That means in 5 days, your ads will not be served to that set of audience 2 times. Now, what's a metric that you have to measure here? The metric that you will be measuring here is the estimated ad recall lift. Estimated ad recall lift is nothing but if people who saw the ad were to be asked that you remember this, seeing this brand, at least those people should say yes, and this has to happen within 2 days. That means Facebook served me the ad in next 2 days. If they were to ask me, did you see remembering this brand? I say yes. So yeah, so we all focus on only this point, which is increasing the ad recall lift, and that is exactly why in YouTube also, YouTube, when you run YouTube campaigns at scale, maybe it's a YouTube first watch, or you may run true in-stream true view ads, or run discovery ads. Remember, your whole objective is to increase the ad recall lift, right? And it's very, very hard to measure. And so you'd have to find your own measurement strategies to figure out whether people have an impact, ad recall impact. But I wanted to spend more time understanding the white paper that Facebook released on frequency. So here is this white paper. Let's go and check this white paper. See, reaching your customers with relevant messaging and effective creating can help you achieve your objectives. Of course, yes. We can't show something which is of no importance and put before the right people. People will not show interest. You have to show them something that people will like it. That's why we have to understand your product is a market fit, whether people will like your product, people will buy your product. See, there's a lot of difference between USP, unique selling proposition, and the statement of value. Unique selling propositions, every brand has their own USP, but every brand having their own USP, why do they fail? Because they can't communicate the value. Remember, people buy the benefits of the product. People want to go to a better stage after they use the product, and that should happen with your product. Even though you have that qualities in your product, but if your marketing is not articulating that, then you're failing. Your marketing has to articulate those benefits that people get after they use your product. So reaching your customers with relevant messaging and effective creating can help you achieve your objectives. But it's also important to think about frequency. You can't show them once and expect them to remember it, right? So so I was just reading this, it was very good. So I thought maybe I can share it with people at large who watch my videos, whether it's to drive ad recall or influence a purchase decision. Remember, frequency impacts purchase decision. You show them 2-3 times with a different message, a message that goes and resonates with something that is already having a conversation in his head. People will take it. See, we're always thinking, should I buy it? Should I not buy it? Is it really worth? Should I be spending this much of money, or should I spend this much of time? There's already a conversation going on in your head. So your marketing should be something that should come and start conversation with the existing conversation. See, there are times where you can initiate a conversation, but your job should be to get into the already existing conversation of your target market, right? So that's when you can say, yeah, hey, I'm there, I can do this thing for you. You really consider me. Facebook Marketing Science, they conducted experiments, and that's what they say. You can download the white paper as well. They said frequency level and the implication of advertisers of all sizes within a variety of objectives, right? Yeah. So how frequency planning can help marketers with opportunities to provide greater brand impact. So what they've done is they created multiple ads, one with very very controlled, only one frequency. Second bucket is low frequency, where they show ads only to certain audience for 1 time or 2 times. Medium frequency, maybe they can show for 3-4 times. And high frequency, where they keep showing the ads. And what they've realized is reach campaigns, right? Each campaign ran for 3-4 weeks, and you see what they found out. We explored the causal relationship between brand lift and frequency level. Through our analysis, this is very important, guys, remember, through our analysis, we saw that lift for ad recall. And purchase intent both increased with the frequency of exposure. You might say, Prashant, I want to reach everybody, and because you want to reach everybody in your audience, maybe you might create a reach campaign and set frequency 1, because you're not looking for quantity. You're not looking for what is it, quality. You just want quantity. You want to show ads to as many people as possible. See, there are 2 things. You want to show to as many people, or you want to show as many times, right? In reach, you want to show to as many people. But remember, this frequency has an impact on ad recall, because you see, remembering something when they serve you 3-4 times, right? And because of this ad recall, your purchase intent will also increase. That means frequency is directly proportional to purchase intent. where the lift in ad recall slowed substantially after the frequency cap of 1 week, of 1 per week. That means you have only frequency capping 1. That means only one ad once in 1 week. And when that happened, the ad recall dropped. Purchase intent also dropped. Remember guys, this is serious. There's something serious. Frequency is directly proportional to your conversion rate. Frequency is directly proportional to your purchase intent, the purchase intent of the user. You want to drive more people in your conversion funnel. You want to get more sales. Remember, frequency is very important. You see here, they have this. You can go and check this. This is frequency reaching full campaign potential, right? The ad recall, and the purchase intent. This is weekly frequency cap. If you have 3, it is the peak. You see. Right, combination brand lift, that's also the peak, right? 1 frequency 1 per week, it was possible to capture 80%, but if you put to 95% brand lift, remember guys, this is very important. And this frequency, just because you show ads to one set of audience 10 times, don't think they'll buy. Your market, your message, and all the other product has to be very good. That's why you have to understand and sell something that people will love to buy, right? And give them an offer that will entice them, an irresistible bribe, or we call it as a bait, right? And then you'll definitely have an increase. But remember guys, if you come to this brand awareness campaign, the objective is to drive ad recall. You see, ad recall. You want to show ads to people with the intention that people will remember seeing your ad. The objective is this, because people only remember you and then buy. People don't buy anything that they don't know, right? And here you don't have the option. Remember, Facebook will serve ads with the intention that your ads will be served not more than 10 times in 1 month. Thank you so much. I will see you with the next video.